right into it. Spark up if you smoking with me.
Heard of the Headless Valley
No.
in your comings and goings on the show, the
No.
Nahanni Valley?
No.
I got a good story for you. You want to hear it?
Okay.
Okay, so in Canada, there's this section in the Northwest called the Northwest Territories. Are you familiar with this?
Yes.
Okay, so for those that are not, the Northwest Territories is roughly 4 times the size of Germany. But Germany has something like 87 million people who live there. And in this space in Canada, this rugged space, there's like 45,000 people that live there. So it's 4 times the size of Germany and basically not populated. It is as remote as it gets.
Population of Dripping Springs.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, dude.
Not even. Dripping Springs probably has more.
Fuck, dude. And so within the Northwest Territory, there's this even more remote stretch that's called the Nahanni Valley. And the Nahanni Valley today, it's a protected park. It's a Canadian protected park. But even still, even though it's a park you can go visit, it's nearly impossible to get to. To get there by boat, you have to traverse these rapids. I think it's a very treacherous ride to get there by boat. There's no established roads into the Nahanni Valley. You can hike there. It's brutal to hike there. You can fly there, but it's only through chartered float planes. So it's a difficult place to get to. But the Nahanni Valley, in particular, when the story takes place, which is like the early 1900s, because of how isolated it was, it's like one of the parts of Earth that's like untouched by humans. And so the only people that would be in this huge sprawling valley, it was like an oasis of nature, they would see things that are just like so gorgeous, like untouched nature. But in the early 1900s, there was this push from gold prospectors to go out into the Nahanni Valley because they figured because it's so untouched by humanity, there's bound to be gold to be found in the Nahanni Valley. Now, there were some indigenous tribes like the Naha tribe. They were out there. There's some lore surrounding how they might have abandoned their settlement around the time the story takes place. But there were indigenous tribes that lived out there. But for the most part, it's like this sort of vacant stretch in this already isolated part of the world. And so in I think it's 1905, these 3 brothers, these 3 prospectors, the McLeod brothers, Charlie, Willie, and Frank, they're seasoned gold prospectors, they decide they are going to head off into the Nahanni Valley and go try to strike it rich. And it's even harder to get into the valley back then as it is today. It required for them, they actually had to build a boat. They had to bring pieces of a boat, and they would take it up a rapid or down the rapid, and they'd have to disassemble the boat, carry it up like these rock faces to get cause there's waterfalls they had to get past, and then bring the boat further and further into this valley. And it's like this, it's just crazy how much work goes into getting out there. But these 3 brothers, they find their way into the valley, and they get to this stretch of this river called the Flat River, which is anything but. It's raging rapids. But there was this little embankment against this huge forest and like mountains off in the distance, and they made their camp there.